this lesson, we'll learn how to assign duration uncertainty to our model using the Risk Advisor. So let's look at the Risk Advisor. Select the Acumen icon in the top left and open My Risk Workbook from recent workbooks. Then click the S3 Risk tab. In the left-hand Projects pane, you will see the Initial Plan and My Risk. Highlight My Risk. Now let's change our activity view to the maximum level. In the Activity View pull-down in the top menu, select Grouping Display Level 4. In the Activities pane, you will see that all of the activities have been expanded to their maximum level. Then in the Activities group in the top menu, click the button for Risk Advisor to open the dialog box. Now, the Risk Advisor is a unique tool that provides us with suggestions for calculating uncertainty based on a set of criteria. You can use this advisor to calculate and make duration uncertainty suggestions based on the following four modes: schedule quality, historical performance, metrics or fields. Once the recommendations have been made, you can click the advisor icon next to any activity grouping to implement the recommended duration uncertainty settings. Firstly, let's look at the different modes. The schedule quality mode presents uncertainty assignments based on the fused schedule index score for each activity and activity grouping. By default, an activity with a score lower than 10% will be flagged as needing a very aggressive assessment. Conversely, an activity with a score greater than 75% will be flagged as needing a very conservative assessment. Then, the historical performance mode compares the baseline plan to the current schedule and looks for discrepancies, then suggests which activities should be accelerated. The greater the variance between the two, then the more aggressive that activity will be. Use Metric to select any metric from Acumen to use as a basis for uncertainty assignments. Then use Field to select any field from the project to use as the basis for uncertainty assignments. Now click on the radio button for schedule quality. In the bottom of the dialog window, you will see the current suggestions. Next, click on historical performance and the different suggestions will appear. Next, we have the metric selection, which is currently based on the logic hotspot. At the far right of the metric field, you can click and open the drop-down list where you can select a wide range of metrics. You can then edit the target, formula, and suggestions. Lastly, we have the field selection, which is currently based on remaining duration. Again, this can be edited from the list in the drop-down menu. These are defaults and you can change them if you wish, but for now leave all of them as they are. You will only change them if you're an advanced user with specific criteria to be followed. So you can select the mode that you wish to calculate the advice for. Now we are going to base our Risk Advisor on the schedule quality mode, so make sure that its radio button is selected. Then look at the suggestions pane below. By default, when an activity has a score lower than 10%, then its uncertainty will be flagged as needing a very aggressive assessment. Conversely, when an activity has a score greater than 75, its uncertainty will be flagged as needing a very conservative assessment. So we have the following suggestions: less than 10%, very aggressive; less than 25%, aggressive; less than 50%, realistic; less than 75%, conservative; greater than 75%, very conservative. Note that all of the values can be edited to suit your project needs. Now, each one of these levels corresponds to a particular color on the slider scale. Off is no calibration. Dark green very conservative, light green, conservative, yellow, realistic, orange, aggressive, red, very aggressive. At the bottom of the window, click the button for Calculate Advice. The window will close and return you to the Activities pane. If you then look at the Advisor column, you will note that the advisor icons have now been colored, depending on the calculated risk advisor advice. If you click on any of the advisor icons at the WBS element level, you will be given two choices. Either assign summary suggestion to all activities. This is the same suggestion for all activities in the hierarchy. Or assign individual suggestions to each activity. Then if you click on any of the advisor icons at activity level, you will be able to assign the specific suggestion to the specific activity. So let's see how it works by working through an example. But first, close the bottom Activities pane so that we have a better view of our activities. So click on the twirly on the top right of the lower pane and it will be minimized. Now scroll down to the Procurement WBS. Then click the advisor icon and from the drop-down, select Assign individual suggestions for each activity. Note that the activities in the Gantt chart have been colored according to the criteria in the Risk Advisor. Scroll to the right and you'll see that all of the fields for minimum, most likely and maximum have now been populated for the Procurement WBS. All of the procurement children will now be locked. You'll see that the bid reviews is aggressive and all the other activities are very conservative. Now return to the Risk Advisor by clicking the button in the top menu. This time select the field mode and click Calculate Advice. Highlight the Procurement WBS again. Then click the advisor icon and from the drop-down select Assign individual suggestions for each activity. Note the changes to the colors of the Gantt chart bars. Bid reviews is now very conservative and initial long lead items is now realistic. So you'll see that the risk advice can vary depending on the mode used in the Risk Advisor. Close the workbook, but do not save it. Let's work through a simple exercise for assigning duration uncertainty using the Risk Advisor. Click the Acumen icon and open My Risk workbook from recent workbooks. Then click the S3 Risk tab. In the left-hand Projects pane, highlight My Risk. Now we want to view all of our activities in the Activities pane, so select the pull-down for Activity Views in the top menu. Then select Grouping, Display Level equals 4. Next, click on the twirly on the right of the lower pane to minimize it. Now we can view all of our activities and WBS elements. Click on the Risk Advisor button in the top menu and a window will open. For this exercise, we have decided that we should use the field mode to determine the best distribution range in our model. We want the uncertainty factors to be based on remaining duration. So click the radio button for field. Then from the field drop-down, select remaining duration from the list. Next, we want to set our own uncertainty values and ranges. So, our project team has agreed on the following ranges. Very conservative, less than 25. Conservative, less than 50. Realistic, less than 75. Aggressive, less than 100. And very aggressive, greater than 100. In the Suggestions pane, enter the following into the value fields. 25, very conservative. 50, conservative. 75, realistic. 100, aggressive. Then click the Calculate Advice button at the bottom of the window. The window will close. In the Activities pane, you will note that the Advisor column has been populated with the advice. Now, we are going to assign this advice to all activities in the schedule. So scroll up to the top WBS element in the schedule and click on the advisor icon. From the drop-down, choose Assign Individual Suggestions to each activity. You will immediately note that all of the activity sliders have been locked with their calculated duration uncertainty. Triangular distributions have been assigned to all activities, and if you scroll to the right, you'll see that the risk model has been populated with values of minimum, most likely, and maximum. Also, the Gantt bars have been colored to match their duration uncertainty color. Scroll down to the WBS for procurement. What color is the Gantt bar for activity 0360, initial long lead items? The answer, orange, aggressive. Then, what color is the Gantt bar for activity 0400, secondary long lead items? The answer, yellow, realistic. Scroll to the right. For secondary long lead items, what is the uncertainty range for minimum, most likely, and maximum? The answer, 54, 60, and 66 days. Now we can also view a graphic breakdown of our uncertainty inputs. In the top menu, click the button for left panel. In the drop-down, make sure that Activities is selected. Then click the button for right panel. In the drop-down, select the option for uncertainty inputs. Scroll up to the top of the activities list, then select the highest WBS element. A donut graph will open on the right that shows a breakdown of the uncertainty inputs. If you click on the donut and drag your mouse, you will be able to alter the view and orientation of the donut. In the top menu, there is a Print Preview button where you can view your donut. So click the button and then select Uncertainty Inputs to see the Print Preview. Close the Print Preview window. In the top menu, you can select Copy to Clipboard or one of the other options to publish and export your data. Close your workbook, but do not save it. In the next lesson, we will learn how to assign duration uncertainty using uncertainty factors in the uncertainty template. In this lesson, we will discuss how to add duration uncertainty to our model using uncertainty factors in the uncertainty template. If it is not already open, select the Acumen icon in the top left and open My Risk Workbook from Recent Workbooks. You'll note that it will open in the S1 Projects tab. Then click the S3 Risk tab. In the left-hand Projects pane, highlight My Risk. So what are uncertainty factor templates? They are templates that display a defined number of levels of uncertainty that can be applied to a project. In Acumen Risk, these levels are called uncertainty factors. In the Templates group in the top menu, click the button for Uncertainty. The Uncertainty Template window will open. Then, in the top menu of the template, we have two groups of buttons. In the File group, we can open a saved uncertainty template or save our uncertainty template for use on another project. In the Template group, there is an Apply button where we can apply our uncertainty template to a project. On the right of this group, we have a slider where we can manually set the number of uncertainty factor levels by moving a slider from 0 to 9 levels. Move the slider to the left and right to see the effect on the uncertainty levels in the lower pane. Return the slider back to the middle so that 5 levels are showing. Then in the middle of the group, we can manually add a risk uncertainty level distribution to our uncertainty template. Click the button to manually add a risk distribution, and you will note that a new level has been added in the lower pane. To delete the 6th level, just move the slider in the template group back to its original position, and the new level will be deleted. In the lower pane, we have details of our different uncertainty distributions. We have name, type, minimum, most likely, maximum, mean, and standard deviation. If you right-click on any of the column headers, you'll see that we can sort, group, show or hide the column chooser, use best fit, or use the filter editor. We are not going to discuss these functions here because they were fully covered in my course Deltek Acumen Fuse, step by step. Each of the fields can be manually edited by simply overwriting the current entry. Starting from the left, the fields in the type column allow us to change the distribution type between triangle, normal, and uniform distributions. If we choose normal distribution for the type, we will be able to enter data into the mean and standard deviation fields. Click Cancel to close the uncertainty template window. Let's look at an example of using uncertainty factors in the uncertainty template. Click the button for the uncertainty template in the top menu. In the template group, change the maximum number of levels to 8. In level 8, change the most likely to 150% and the maximum to 200%. Click OK to close the template. Click the uncertainty button again and note that all our changes are still visible. All the template values will be retained for this workbook. This time, move the slider back to 5, then click OK to close the uncertainty template. Now in the top menu, let's change our activity view to the maximum level. In the activity view pull-down in the top menu, select Grouping Display Level 4. In the Activities pane, you'll see that all of the activities have been expanded to their maximum level. Now, when we assign uncertainty factors, they are assigned to a model by a top-down hierarchical method using sliders in the duration uncertainty column. In the hierarchy, we have parents and children. So whatever setting we make for a parent node, the children will inherit these settings from their parent. However, children can be locked so that they will not be affected by changes at a higher level. The position of the slider determines the minimum, most likely, and maximum duration to its activities. So this is how we can assign uncertainty factors using sliders. However, we can also make manual changes to our model. To do this, we can enter changes for minimum, most likely, and maximum durations directly into the model fields. We can also manually change the distribution type from the field pull-down. So select Activity 0180 Technical Review. Then click on the pull-down for its distribution type and select Normal. You will note that the slider becomes locked and grayed out. To activate the slider again, drag it to the left or right and return it to its original position. You'll see that the distribution type was automatically reset. But you'll need to click the lock icon to unlock it again. Now we'll work through an example. Click the button for uncertainty in the top menu and the template window will open with the default uncertainty factors. Now click the Apply button and the uncertainty factors will be applied to the model. Click OK to close the window. We are going to apply our uncertainty settings to the whole procurement WBS element. So scroll down until you reach Procurement. Click the twirly on the top right of the lower pane so that we can see more of the activities. At the highest level of procurement, or parent level, move the slider to Realistic. You will see that all of the children have inherited the setting of the parent. Triangular distributions have been assigned to all activities in the procurement group, and if you scroll to the right, you will see that the risk model has been populated with the values for minimum, most likely, and maximum. Also, the Gantt bars have been colored to match their duration uncertainty color. They should be yellow. Now the project team has decided that we should be more aggressive with some of the activities in the procurement WBS. Select the activity 0360 Initial Long Lead Items and set the slider to Very Aggressive. Note that the slider becomes locked. Move back to the Procurement WBS element and move the slider to orange, aggressive. All of the children except the locked activity 0360 will now also be aggressive. Now highlight activity 0400, secondary long lead items. Scroll to the right. For secondary long lead items, you'll see that the uncertainty range for minimum, most likely and maximum is 57, 60, 75 days. Now let's reset all of our sliders. Firstly, we'll choose a WBS group. So in the Procurement WBS element, right-click on the slider and select Unlock All Children. Then drag the slider to the off position on the left. You'll see that the parent and the children move to the left. So remember that you need to unlock all of the children before they will move with the parent slider. Now let's reset the whole schedule. So in the highest WBS element, right-click and select Unlock All Children. Then move the top slider to the off position. You may need to move it right and left. All the sliders will now be reset. Click the Acumen icon to close the workbook, but do not save it. Let's work through an exercise. Select the Acumen icon in the top left and open My Risk Workbook from recent workbooks. Then in the S3 Risk tab, make sure that My Risk is highlighted in the left pane. In the top menu, click the Uncertainty Template button. Now click the Apply button and the uncertainty factors will be applied to the model. Click OK to close the window. Then click the Activity View pull down in the top menu. Select Grouping Display Level 4. For now, we'll minimize the bottom activities pane so that we have a better view of our activities. So click on the twirly on the top right of the lower pane and it will be minimized. Starting with the WBS element for concept, set its duration uncertainty to realistic. Then set early design to realistic. Next, with the WBS element for feed, set its duration uncertainty to realistic. Then, at activity level, set the uncertainty for EPC design to very aggressive. It will become locked. Moving down to detailed design, set the uncertainty of the WBS header to conservative. Then scroll down to the Procurement WBS header, drag the slider to an uncertainty level of very aggressive. You'll see that the parent activity at WBS level and all of its children have moved to very aggressive. Now select the slider for initial long lead items and set it to aggressive. It will become locked. Leave secondary long leads as very aggressive. Lock it by clicking the lock icon. Now move down to manufacturing. Set the uncertainty of domestic to aggressive. For offshore, set the uncertainty to very aggressive. Next, for construction, set the uncertainty to conservative. Lastly, set the uncertainty for commissioning to aggressive. Now look at the colors of the Gantt bars. You will see that they match the colors in the duration uncertainty color scale. Then look at the columns for distribution type, and you'll note that the triangle distribution has been entered by default. Next, scroll the list across to the right, and you'll see that the columns for minimum, most likely, and maximum have been populated with uncertainty data. Scroll back to the left. As with the uncertainty template, we can view a graphic breakdown of our uncertainty inputs. In the top menu, click the button for left panel. In the drop-down, make sure that Activities is selected. Then click the button for right panel. In the drop-down, select the option for uncertainty inputs. Scroll up to the top of the activities list, then select the highest WBS element. A donut graph will open on the right that shows a breakdown of the uncertainty inputs. If you click on the donut and drag your mouse, you will be able to alter the view and orientation of the donut. Scroll down and select the WBS element for procurement. So what are the uncertainty allocations for the procurement WBS? The answer: aggressive 31% and very aggressive 69%. In the top menu, click the Print Preview button, and you'll see that there is an option to preview your uncertainty inputs. All other options are grayed out. In the top menu, you can also elect to copy to clipboard or one of the options to publish or export your data to Microsoft Excel. Click the Acumen icon in the top left and click Close, then make sure that you save your workbook. In the next lesson, we will introduce and understand existence and correlation.